I thought it was two very tough teams. A very competitive game. I wouldn't say scrappy, I would say competitive. I think both teams were desperate, obviously, for the 3 points. We had some wonderful chances to win the game. Gurpreet showed why he's a top goalkeeper. He had some wonderful saves, and we could have been more clinical with great positions and putting things over the bar, side of the post. But the effort, the energy we showed, we're delighted with that. Against a tough team, Bengaluru are a far better side than the position suggests. I mean, they'll win a lot of games, they'll beat a lot of teams. So we know they were always dangerous in the counter-attack. So I would say it was a very tough and competitive game. No, Valskis is a wonderful player, as is Jordan Murray. Jordan Murray came in, he's been out injured, so he got to start tonight and looked really lively, and he'll be better for that. So of course it's a blow always to lose any of your players. Valskis obviously pulled up in the warm-up, and we didn't want to aggravate the injury. Then we had injury to Komal as well during the game, and we also had, Narendra had only managed a light training session yesterday. Alex Lima, Jitendra the same. So we were decimated by injury, but the boys showed great spirit, great togetherness, great desire, and we were the team pushing on to try and win the game late on. Although Bengaluru are dangerous at set plays because of some obviously very tall players, but we stood up to everything we were asked. And again, it'll be an important point. It moves us back up to second for the moment, and we just have to keep moving forward. Another clean sheet. So there's lots of positives. There's things we can get better at, of course, but I think there was a lot of positives tonight. I think I was delighted with the defending, first and foremost, in answer to your question. But the defending's not just about a goalkeeper on the back four. The defending comes from the front. Jordan Murray, Greg Stewart, at the top of the field were outstanding in terms of the set-up. How many times we robbed them in the second half and probably should have went through to score. So the defending starts from the front. So collectively, defending was fantastic. In terms of the goals, yes, of course, you want to score goals. And I think, I wouldn't say unhappy, I would just say I think if we had a little bit more composure and more clinical, it would have resulted in goals. But there was a lot of good chances we created. So it wasn't that we weren't creating chances, we just need to be more clinical. Well, if you win 3 points, of course, we're closing the gap. But as it is, it's another point closer. I think we were 4 behind them before the game. We're now 3 behind them, and that's probably the game that we lost against them. So that shows you how well we're doing. We just need to keep focused on what we do at Jamshedpur, not about anybody else. We know Mumbai is a wonderful team, as is Kerala showed last night, which is our next game. We have to focus on Jamshedpur, do the best we can. This is a club that's never been in the playoffs. We want to correct that. The only way we do that this year is by giving tough performance like tonight and looking to the 3 points instead of the 1. But we're working hard. There's a lot of good signs. We just need to keep driving forward. Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought Jitendra and Alex were outstanding in there, and then Greg's a link to the forward players with Jordan. So, yeah, listen, I'm delighted with all the boys because of how hard they're working. There'll be times that you don't perform to your maximum, but you still bring a lot of quality when you go and you give the hard work, and when we pass and move the ball, which we do very well in the final third. So, a lot to be pleased about. Alex, Greg, very good, as was Jitendra, as was all the lads. So, we don't single out individuals as good as they are. Everything we do is based on a team, on a group ethos, and that's what will serve us well moving forward. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a fair bang he got, so I'm hoping it's just like a straight knock, in which case the muscle injury won't be too long. As long as he's not twisted anything, then it becomes a bit longer. But hopefully it won't be too long. Obviously, Valskis as well, we have to see about. So we certainly have some injury concerns ahead of the game against Kerala on the 26th. But we'll look to pick the best team possible, get them fresh and ready to go and try and win another tough game.